Kuro and Aiki is a typical waste of the academy. Because magic cannot be used. The clan is becoming more and more outrageous, assuming that you are not worthy. Mang H. Kyurem VAUI on Raki Lang translates to bring the Kyurem clan and chase Ra out of the village. Iki is considered a pest that enriches the pot of soup within the family, all famous wizards. They abandoned him and left him to fend for himself. Unexpectedly, this move has created great motivation. To prove Ming, let them see your talent does not lie in a high starting point. He is determined to become a demon path knight, the recognized swordsman by the state. Changing clothes, then the main character heard the news about Skella, Princess Sich, a genius knight born at the finish line. You have a perfect life with both family background and talent. The secret mockery of a life that has always been so unfair. Is it true that no matter how hard we try, then the useless person will never win, and geniuses can only silently give up their dreams? The master continues to hone his swordsmanship. With a dream of becoming a demon-slaying knight has the ability to turn their soul into a weapon and control it. Use magic power. Nam returned to the room, did not expect to come across a girl. Wearing a bikini standing in the middle of the room. You realize that she is Princess Sela. On today's news. After this, 11 was invited to the principal's office to eat cake and drink tea. The principal warns the ranking results of the academy have declined over the past few years. In this situation you shouldn't cause trouble. And demand that you take responsibility for the daughter of the family. People are patient and tolerant. Sorry. But Stella said sorry, handle it yourself. Prevent her from having to take action. Iki is not convinced and tries to persuade her to reconsider. But it provoked her and made her furious. Iki was extremely startled upon seeing that. Hastily admitting it was because she was too beautiful, so you can't take your eyes off it. This statement is a cold shower. Stella is on fire. Made her instantly feel shy and stammer. The romantic scene was interrupted by the principal. She said she forgot to inform that they are classmates. Principal's office believes the first place and the last place team will be a groundbreaking combination. Both are obviously 0. Because there is a completely different level. To resolve conflicts, the principal suggested to just take the strength on the stage. Finals. Sela stipulates that the loser must obey, the one who wins disregards any orders. The life is so difficult that I have to reluctantly agree. On the playing field, principal reminder friendly matches are not allowed to cause harm. Can only reduce the combat effectiveness of the opponent. The match begins. Iggy summoned the sword. It shows skilled fencing skills resolve all of Stella's fire-breathing dragon attacks. The phrase translates to the man is highly praised, her outstanding talent and extraordinary effort. But that's enough foreplay. Just get to the main point, don't let it linger too long or it will cool down. You performed a black set to deliver a finishing blow to the match. But Stella used magical power form. A shield makes his sword unable to hit her. Stella decided to defeat you. With its strongest strength to show respect. Of course, I won't give up. You unleash your power to the limit. You use your ultimate skill. Use the speed of light, successfully dodged all of Stella's attacks. Finally defeated her strongest power with its strongest capabilities. After the battle, Stella wakes up in the hospital. Stella clearly wonders why Ishii is so strong. But why only at Arthi? Principal explained that the school only assesses strength. Based on the knight's ability. There are no criteria for martial arts or physical strength at all. In fact, there is no evaluation system yet. Sufficient fairness to score for the case of Aiki. Sailor also shared that I came here to study abroad. To accurately assess one's own strength instead of just carrying the label of genius forever. Then Sailor returned to the room to find Iki. Sorry, but I see that you are sleeping, exposing one's true intentions. The curious Sailor wants to touch it. Iki suddenly woke up and scared her. Scared to death. Salar expressed her apologies and promised to obey you for life. Like a dog, correct according to the bet. Initially, Ishii just smiled awkwardly. And instead proposed that Chung live in harmony with each other. Two people clinked their hands as a sign of agreement. The next day, the two of them went outside to practice in the morning. I said to run 20 kilometers every day with you. As gentle as brushing teeth and rinsing. Salar responded that it's a small matter like a rabbit. You can definitely run the entire distance. And catch up with your speed, so don't underestimate. Iki revealed that your sister will also enroll today. Sela probably suspects that you are a Rainy sister, right, but Aiki asserts they are biological brothers. The class has started, the person is present. The girl with panda eyes is Oriki Yue, began the introduction. And explained the rules for the upcoming competition with a lullaby voice. According to what she said, this year's competition will take place in the form of a real battle. 6 leaders will be chosen as the representative face of the school. It must be because of lack of sleep. After explaining the rules of the competition. Then the aunt is lacking vitality, noticeably like ketchup advertisements, then fainted on the spot. Then Stella and Aiki went to the hospital to visit the teacher. Aunt Yui comforts the children. It's just a normal thing, like weighing a box of milk. Every day I get excited and lose a liter of blood from my nose. Aiji advises the teacher to be more gentle. Don't try too hard to be clever. Aiji is very grateful. Thanks to Sister Yui, you were able to get into school. Both are walking. Then suddenly a little blonde girl rushed over, express admiration for Iki. In the friendly match the day before. My name is Kagami, your classmate wants to ask for an interview. Blushing red Seller looks coldly jealous and walks away. Politely declined the interview, then chased after the roommate. Suddenly a familiar voice cut across by the white-haired girl. This little girl is Shizuka, my younger sister, the girl of the male lead. I am very happy to see you again after 4 years. But suddenly Shizuka pushed him against the wall and kissed him passionately. Make the viewer gasp in amazement. Kagami catches a whiff of hot news. Immediate action on all aspects. Shizuko expresses she misses her brother very much after 4 years of separation. But was interrupted by Stella throwing Ra aside and criticizes she for being too lenient. Shizuko angrily scolded Stella not to stick her nose in. But Stella suddenly shouted that Ishii is the master but she is your servant, make everyone freeze in shock again. Shizuko summons her sword. Stella wouldn't let it go anymore. Tensions are escalating when the two girls started to fight over Min's body, then they rushed in to tear each other apart to make salad. As a result, I was punished by the principal. It should be suspended. But because it was the first violation, the principal ordered the two to clean the restroom for a week. For the crime of unauthorized use of power. The principal has left. Once finished, the two of them happily exchanged languages, specifically insulting each other's appearance. Shizuko advised Sailor to stay away from her brother. No matter what, you also cannot understand the feeling of being isolated by the whole family. Where is the shock? Speak the words. Afterwards, Stella actively waited for Ikki outside the gate. Ikki shared with her about his difficult childhood. Ikki has always been alienated by relatives. Because there is no power like his great-grandfather Ryoma. An excellent blazer. Clan ignore your existence and treat you as if you were invisible. To be cold-shouldered at the New Year's Eve party in his own house, Oki decided to leave home. When you are lost with nowhere to return, Grandfather Ryoma, appear and encourage you. Be persistent if you don't want to be a loser for life. This very word has motivated Ikki to pursue strength to become an outstanding person like him. Ironic situation makes you inherit nothing from the family. Everything must be learned by oneself. Until now you still struggle by yourself. With outdated rules and standards do not acknowledge their own strength due to the Academy's proposal. The lucky thing is that the new principal has taken over. I have seen your effort. And acknowledge him by pairing him with Stella. The next day Salah, training to prepare for his first battle at the 7-Star Association. Her opponent this time is Marnomi. A class student. Ikki expressed a desire to share information about the opponent with Stella but she refused. She wants this battle to be a training opportunity. To face unfamiliar opponents in the future. Not always it is possible to know the opponent's abilities in advance. Then Stella shyly wanted to invite Oki to go on a date tomorrow. But hadn't finished speaking yet. Suzuku sent a message to you. And as a result, the appointment is for 2 people turn into a 4-person appointment. The next day Stella still decided to go with Ikki and Suzuku. I was very anxious when Ikki and my sister Suzuku got together. How can brothers like Sam hug each other tightly? Sakura began to mock them and the fight broke out. Suzuku then introduces her roommate Alice. They walk together in the shopping mall when Stella keeps complaining Suzuku and Ikki do not adhere to the rules. They stop to eat and rest. At a sticky restaurant, Suzuku wipes. The translation is the cream stain on the cheek made Stella's eyes turn green with envy. Even the raindrop seems to be bold. But felt very embarrassed by this action. Your brother in the bathroom. Ikki shares with Alice about his sensitive younger sister. They suddenly heard a noise. Hide inside Alice's magical space and discovered a group of people intending to commit terrorism. They decided to investigate quietly to prevent the attack with the consent of the principal. At the same time, the group of terrorists has taken women and children as hostages, including Stella and Suzuku. When seeing a child being attacked, Stella has used her magical fire. The leader of the group is Biso. Absorb Stella's attack and use it to fight back against her. To save the hostage, Ella obeys. The command from them is to undress and apologize to the devil. Iggy acts but was stopped by Alice because the time was not yet right. At this moment Shizuku successfully created a water barrier, protect all hostages. Alice and Stella took the opportunity to take down all the terrorists. I'm sorry, Stella. Still Shizuku also praised her brave actions. Then Kirihara appeared to save the last hostage. Asa hero. He keeps bragging about his achievements. With the fan club and bringing down Ikisela immediately went to stop. Yet Kirihara criticizes Ishii as a 7-time loser. Only know how to run away like last year, and this year they are rivals again in the upcoming tournament. The next day is the day of the battle performance of Salah and his opponent Manami, known as the heavy tank. Thanks to its absolute defensive capabilities. He possesses a unique armor device. Called Goliath, can unleash a tremendous amount of power in close combat situations. The audience cheers for Manami, the one who lost even in ranks, and let her know what is the true strength of a senior. However, Sailor with absolute confidence and strong words made Manami fearfully give up. The result of the Sailor was declared a victory. Makes the audience and contestants realize you are the one to be feared. On the road to reaching the championship. Ikki and Sla, let's watch last year's battle video of Kirihara. You assess the opponent's ability highly. His skill is using the hidden area type to hide all of one's shadow and Sento achieve perfect invisibility. That ability comes from his weapon. Oboroki has an unpleasant ability against enemies. Ella clearly hates Kirihara's fighting style. Staring at the opponent from a safe place, then sneak attack. Ikki also agrees with her. If you and Kirihara encounter each other, he may withdraw. Due to the attack, Stella's wide face is the nemesis of the shaded area. Due to Kirihara's fighting style not like a knight, so a person like him is also known by the nickname the Hunter. Stella Zero is in love with his approach. He believes his nickname should be the Chicken. But then think again, his ability is most incompatible with Ikki. Stella feels worried about Ikki's safety. But still pretends to be tight-lipped. Ikki reassured her that he had found a way to defeat Kirihara. And you will definitely win. While running to enhance physical fitness, Ikki meets Alice. You seem to be wondering, there is a conflict between Ikki and Kirihara in the past. Ikki sighed and told Alice that last year. Kurigan clan has tried to contact the former principal. Red tries every way to force Ikki to drop out of school. Kirihara has noticed that Ikki could be a lucrative prey. To assert his strength. He challenges Ikki duel with Meto prove oneself to the principal but was rejected by him. Kirihara still insists on bothering. And continuously ambush you when you have no weapons and do not want to fight. Good luck is because of nothing. Resistance can stay at school and is not under house arrest. Alice felt very empathetic after hearing that. You didn't forget to wish Ikki good luck and good performance in the battle. Before her scheduled fight, Stella. Let's watch the matches that are happening together. But I want to be in the waiting room to focus my mind. In the waiting room digital warning screen, the form of real combat is not a simulated fight. Therefore may pose a danger to the lives of participants. Request screen, you only participate. If you fully understand the risks and consequences. He did not hesitate to press accept. Suddenly, a girl in a red kimono spoke up. It is believed that you have made a decision too hastily. But Ikki said that you are confident in your abilities. Ikki later recognized her as the demon princess haikyuu. One of the top outstanding players of the academy. Thank you, satisfied with the benefits I receive. She hugged him and suggested tutoring, especially one-on-one with you tonight. However, her flirting speech interrupted by the brusque voice of the principal. The translation of haikyuu engine from Chinese simplified English is the principal's voice is close. Inquire about the brightly colored little child. What are you doing with your students? The task of commenting on the match is not being done, just lingering here, flirting with young men. The match was so boring. Nothing special. The girl is hiding from work. But could not get past the principal's claws and was pulled back by her by the head. The match is in 30 minutes. Start Ikki remembering his childhood and the first time meeting Stella. The enthusiastic broadcaster stirs up the atmosphere while the commentator Haikyuu expressed his frustration. Kirihara stepped onto the stage in the sound of applause and cheers from the large audience. Ikki stepped into the arena and the battle quickly began. Kirihara uses the hidden area type. Hide oneself in the deep forest from the very beginning. Attack Ikki from many different directions and continuously mocking Ikki translates to overthrow Ikki in English. He tried to block and deflect his arrows, while trying to Locateto detect the location of Kirihara. However, Kirihara suddenly disappeared into the forest. Arrogantly the notification will inform Ikki in advance. He will attack which position? New capability of the blind area causing Ikki to take the full brunt of the attack. I fell from the tree and was injured quite badly. Kirihara revealed that his hidden form this year has been able to make even arrows invisible. So you can't show up before getting hit. The opponent is at a disadvantage. Stella is a little angrier, wondering why you don't win quickly and decisively. Right from the start, Alice explained that Ikki might have been too worried. Stella remembers. And feel guilty for not discovering Ra earlier. Return to the match. Kirihara continues to attack Ikki relentlessly. He revealed to the audience that Ikki had agreed. With the new principal you will have to win in the 7-star tournament. Can only graduate. Audience, when hearing this, they all look down on and mock Ikki. Not knowing one's own limits even with a handicap, they still demand victory. Kirihara shot Ra a fatal arrow through the chest. Causes Ikki to completely collapse. Kirihara calls on everyone to quickly cheer for the last place team. And the crowd began to shout the name of the bottom team. Stella got angry and exploded. The fiery owl shouted loudly to be quiet. Do not underestimate the knight, this sister loves it the most. Stella told him to get up and not give up. Yet the corn of friendship in bed helps Ishi lie flat. Get up really. I wonder why does the South have time to recover, but the antagonist is not, right? Return Ikki decided to use his perfect vision. See through the steps of movement. Kirihara's transfer turns defeat into victory. However, in the cheers of celebration, they rejoice in victory. Ikki exhausted collapsed on the floor. Haikyuu explained that Ikki used the ultimate technique black test, read the opponent like reading a newspaper. Just like the way you did with Stella in the friendly match. Ikki wakes up in the hospital and discovered that Stella might be too tired because I'm worried about you mom. Dozing off next to the bed makes you feel warm inside. Meanwhile, Alice comforts Shizuku. Because she is the person most affected emotionally after his brother's intense battle. After waking up Salaton too much, getting angry because Ikki secretly watched her sleep but not waking her up. Ikki is not only not angry. Don't miss the opportunity to express your feelings to her. That he is very happy to meet her. Stella blushed and reciprocated his feelings. By placing a kiss on Ikki's cheek. In a romantic moment, they promised to be together. Together, we reach the peak of the night's world. And hope to be rivals with each other in the final battle. It has been 2 weeks since Ikki and Stella confessed to each other. But the boyfriend never seems to care at all. Stella is making me anxious all the time. You can release by practicing martial arts for the upcoming battle but cannot forget concern about one's relationship with their partner. At that time, Oki performed extremely well. Win 5 consecutive matches. I assert that I am not an ordinary person. And shake off the reputation of being the bottom team. They are chosen ones. Your fans have also increased significantly. After class the girls also gathered around, continuously praising. And want you to teach martial arts. XY also agreed without hesitation. Don't pay attention to the little lover, the whole eye is on fire. Stella is afraid that more and more flies are around XY. Will take away their private time. Causing XY to gradually lose interest in her. And this relationship will come to an end. Seeing the one who used to be at the bottom now wasting time with girls. Makes the boys start to feel a prickly sensation in their eyes but can't do anything. The class started, and the homeroom teacher Iori entered the classroom. Not yet able to say anything, her nosebleed flowed like a stream and she fell down. Causing a classroom crisis must dissolve early. Return to my room. Salah began to hint regarding Ishi generously teaching swordsmanship to the group of girls. And hope my boyfriend can understand. However, selfish, proving my low EQ with my abilities when only calmly replied I am very happy to help others. Stella gave up. Decide to speak my mind then discovered that her boyfriend had rolled over and fallen asleep. It really leaves one speechless. The next day, Ikki teaches the girls balance on one leg. A technique to improve core strength. In the battle, the weight will usually be concentrated on one leg more than two legs. Therefore, it is necessary to practice good endurance. Kagami diligently takes notes on what you teach. Even if I don't understand anything, just believe that it will be useful. To see Ikki surrounded by girls, the group of boys in the class immediately gather to make trouble. They call you the bottom of the team, then summon the weapon to attack you. For this bunch of blockheads, just being barehanded is enough. Ishii can also take down as easy as pie. Mistakenly hit someone. A group of boys kneels and bows neatly, apologizing to Ishii. They admit that Ikki is strong and famous. Again liked by the girls. They also want to be like you. No fight, no familiarity. They also wish to learn from Ikki. To become strong. The Bodhisattva naturally agrees happily. And they call him master. The diligent reporter is recording and capture every moment of this unexpected event. Shizuka then learned about the incident and went to find Ikki. Invite you to drink water and ask you to teach martial arts. But was rejected by Ikki. A small suggestion: it is better to learn from the masters of the clan. Suddenly, Shizuku asked Stella why she was holding 2 bottles of water. Stella shyly said that she was too thirsty. And opened the lids of both bottles of water, make Ikki surprised. Even a fool knows. Actually, Stella bought drinks for everyone. But was blocked by Shizuku for the slot, so I can only say that I bought it for myself. To avoid being detected as a loser. Finished drinking water, Stella hinted that she also wanted Ikki to teach her martial arts. But saw the boyfriend hesitate. She retracted her words and left, constantly scolding Oki as a pig's head. While feeling frustrated, Stella met Alice and asked about finding Shizuko. She will guide you. And suddenly discovered the game disc in your hand. Alice explained that it is the autumn game. Mang 10 HC Vin Hoang TTTHC translates as named after the Prince Yu Academy, and let her borrow it to take home and play. Stella went back to the room to play games. Just imagine the character in the game is Oki, and wish that Ikki in real life. It's also romantic with her like that. Just as I was comforting myself, Ikki walked in. Doing this gives me a fright. Ikki asked her if she wanted to join. Are you with me and everyone at the pool tomorrow? It is still not over yet. You didn't teach her, so why does she have to go with them? Ikki admits that he is no longer qualified to teach Ella. Basically, the techniques of both are different. It seems to be going smoothly, so I also agree to participate. On the bus returning to the room from the swimming pool, Ikki tightly held Stella's hand. Enjoy the private space of 2 people. However, the romantic atmosphere was interrupted by an email from the school. Notification about their opponent in the upcoming battle. Ikki confronts Tamao Renton student council. Stella encounters Akochi Sayo, the student council secretary. Today, the battle between Ikki and Tomaru took place. Tomaru uses his brilliant fire technique. Reach a speed faster than sound. Want to show Ikki the power of the student council. However, Ikki has caught up and subdued her. Made her admit defeat 7 times and accept loss. On the other side, Stella faces Ikazuchi. With ability gather strength by continuously swinging the knife. Stella also easily took down her opponent in 1 strike. Maintain your winning streak. After the match, Shizuku ran over. Congratulations Ikki on your brother's victory. And expressed the desire to be sleep together to take care of you. Until recovery causes Stella to get goosebumps. Hurry to tell your boyfriend to know his limits. However, Zuko pretended to beg. Makes Ikki unable to refuse. Zuko achieved the intention of triumphantly celebrating the victory. I end Stella's jealousy. Alice and she discovered they had been followed by Theo for a whole week. They dragged the stalker out to talk. And found out she is AZCA 3rd-year student crawled out from behind the tree. The translation is the girl in the mirror. She is the person whom you accidentally threw the ball at when I was training at the swimming pool the other day. The girl began to panic and ran away, but did not pay attention and fell into the ditch. Was picked up by the person I followed to go to the hospital. I'm sorry for my tracking behavior. And introduce myself as Asia Suzuki. Received her family. And ask is she the daughter of the genius swordsman? Is Kaido Aia Suzy there? Iraq admits to making Ikki very excited. Shizuku said, Kaido is known as the last samurai. The winner of many battles full honor despite not possessing any magical ability. Ikki expressed that he is a diehard fan of his father Ice. And he is the shape the model I aspired to when I was young. Ice hurriedly brushed it off for dad. She no longer actively participates in the matches. The sequelae from old injuries made him no longer healthy. Shizuko asked at Sao why they were being followed. Ice confessed that although she has practiced alone for a long time. But there is no way to improve my strength. So she wants Ishii to help her practice. However, because I was too shy to speak up, so she can only cling to. I am very pleased to recommend that I will teach her martial arts. And Ice quickly agreed as well. After training with Ice, Ikki discovered you have a very good foundation. Perhaps it is due to learning from the father. Ikki advised her. One should not rely solely on imitation. The steps taken by my father, you have to find the movement by yourself. And one's own style of practice, then develop on them. Create her own unique skills if she wants to progress. Ikki then touched Ayasu to help her adjust her posture, making Ayasai blush shyly. Shizuka and Stella are feeling jealous. Ikki said men and women have different physical characteristics. And she can take advantage of that to create benefits, so let me instead mimic my father's technique. After being enlightened, Isaac has seen his own path of development and praise Ikki's teaching methods. I'm sorry for being rude when practicing lightly, just let it pass. Because it's a small matter like a rabbit. Sailor and Shizuku, after understanding them just a relationship, the guidance has somewhat eased the jealousy. Azuki expressed that she has regained her confidence. To improve one's skills and is determined to win in the 7th Congress. Tin returns to the room. Stella, how does Aiki feel when touching Izachi's body? And mischievous, I ask you to treat me the same way. Aiki-chen. Angela, make sure that the person you love the most is only Stella. The next day, Stella and Azuki practiced together. Under the supervision of Iki. Azuki then invited them to dinner to thank them. Sailor started eating like a pig without being polite. Causing Izachi to wonder, how do you eat like a hungry tiger, still maintain such a good figure? I can only smile awkwardly and change the subject when I hear it. Thank you, Iki, for teaching her. Iki believes that she has made progress. Because of her discoveries, dinner will continue smoothly. But unexpected lie, a group of people led by Kurado causing trouble aimed at Yasuki speaks out to stop, but the crowd did not stop. They provoke selfishness because they are swordsmen. Kuru also hit the glass bottle on his head. With a challenging look. The surrounding customers were so frightened that they ran away in a panic. The staff called the police. But was stopped by a sister wearing white clothes, wore a hat, and carried an umbrella. Salah saw her boyfriend being beaten and wanted to go protect him. But was stopped by him. The gangsters continue to provoke. But Aiki just smiled quietly like a fool. It's a boring joke without a fight. The gang of thugs finally left. Don't forget to bring down Iki, who is a coward. After the gangsters left, Stella questions Iki. Why do they get to go so easily? And why stop her? You explained do not want to cause resentment back and forth and avoid being expelled from school, so I had to endure. But Stella zero because you think you can defeat them. But without needing to use weapons. Iki rebutted that you can't fight them barehanded. Because their strength may be very strong. Suddenly a boy didn't know where from appear and inform them that Kurado is known as the Destroyer. Swordsman and the trump card of the leader Donro. The boy praised Iki's judgment and revealed that Kurado made it into the top 8 of last year's 7th tournament. Stunned everyone. The girl holding the mysterious umbrella also appeared. And agreed with the silver-haired boy. Stella asked Iki if he knew about the AI among them. Iki answers the boy named Yutakata is president of the student council at Hagen School and that mysterious girl is Kartana, accounting secretary. Salah is suspicious of their intentions. While Yutakata I suggest helping Iki heal the wounds. On the way back from the restaurant, Teus asked about Iki's wound. He reassured her that thanks to the healing abilities of Yutakata, you are no longer affected. Lion email notification appears. The content is your opponent in the upcoming battle. La Isasir knows this, causing both to feel embarrassed and turn to run away. After that, Isaac gradually distanced himself. And will no longer practice together with everyone. Aiki feels very awkward confiding in Alice. Alice warns you. Azuki, it is very likely to take action before the match takes place. It seems that Ayasai received the message. I invite you to meet me privately on the rooftop of building number 11.3 o'clock in the morning. Alice warned him that it could be a trap. But she is very filial to girls, so it could be a trap. You also jump in. Alice advises him to be mentally prepared to throw this friendship away. If she turns against you. Ignore what my best friend said. Aiki decided I will not let anything break your friendship. They met as scheduled. Ice asked you, no matter what, we must be determined to win, right? Iki expressed his determination to achieve it no matter what. Ice continued to ask what will you do if you encounter an opponent, it cannot be defeated, and was answered by Ishii in a straightforward manner, give it your all. Ice does not think so. Justice that does not bring results is meaningless. She summoned her sword. And let the person fall freely from the rooftop. Ike must use the ultimate technique Itosura to save her. Ice then admitted that she had trapped him using her special skill. The thing that you can only use once a day to make you have no time to recover when the battle tomorrow will take place in 10 hours. Ice believes that she now has a chance to win. Heartbroken from betrayal, why does Aiki have to go to this extent at SAO? Aicho said that as long as they can win any means, even if it tarnishes the family's reputation. Iki still wants to stop. But Ice was determined to turn around and leave. You go back to the room. Leaning on the sleeping Sla made her wake up. Take him to the hospital quickly, he's a smart slime. Iki woke up in the hospital. And discovered your Suzuku there are also Stella and Alice. Extremely worried, feeling panicked remembering the match. Stella reassured him that there was still plenty of time. The principal wants to investigate clearly. Iki got hurt, but I would like to ask for permission not to disclose anything and take full responsibility. The principal then stated the ACST could not be used as a sword. After the match with Kurodo and had the martial arts school taken away. ASI intends to reclaim the family's property. Through the Congress. See through Akashi's intentions. The four of them started thinking of ways to defeat her. The match between Iki and Azuki has begun. Iki quickly attacks, but Izachi uses a secret technique makes AI all surprised. Including the Salar group. No one knows what her abilities are because she has never participated in any competitions until this year. The battles she participates in, all victories are based on swordsmanship. But without using magic. Selfish, facing a critical situation but still not giving up. AZC uses the cut of the wind create invisible traps with your weapons. The first cut is the shortest capability of the weapon. The translation of the text is she brought out a hidden slash. Setting traps like that is against the law. But fortunately for her, no AI detected it. He skillfully dodged the blow because he saw through her tricks. Surprises Ayase afraid that you will read my strategy. The text translates to Ayase attacks relentlessly, causing Agi to fall and receive Ra after each blow. Your injury has become more serious. To counterattack, Aiki uses special defense. And remember that I asked the homeroom teacher to supervise and ignore if Isaac cheated in the match. Iraq continues to attack with tricky moves. The psychology says she has lost herself. When you discard everything that belongs to you and try to become something incredibly strange. You encourage Aris to fight fairly those who are abandoned because I have learned the lesson after the incident of myself using perfect vision to dodge perfectly and make Isaac realize that I need it faster. Your eyes recall the sorrow. The Iraqi family exerts all its strength to attack. But Aiki can and use the secret technique to defeat her. Aiki greatly appreciates Ayase for the determination to reclaim assets for the family and suggested helping her. Hand of yours said that pride comes with the sword. Always by my side. Ayase, the most important thing for a swordsman, makes Ayase realize that he has deceived himself and extremely painful. Ikki reassured her that strength still remains in her heart. Because she did not give up on family. Moved by Aiki's kindness without reason, Ayase Shin, please help take her? At this moment, I feel that you are really cool. Truly a powerful swordsman just like her father used to. Ayase took Ikki's hand, accepting his help. Ayase recalls his childhood with the warm presence of the father. Because of dog's heart disease you had to retire while you were still in high school. However, he never gives up on guiding her. And her students. With the attitude of Dukea, he taught her important techniques: relax your shoulders and keep your arms strong. Tighten the wrist without straining the muscles. And master the ultimate skill 10 Y Muho. Very strict, but the father is also not sparing with words. The teacher encourages her to persevere and follow the instructions. He taught her to always be proud. And maintain confidence in your abilities. Do not forget to help the weak against evil. He always holds this principle in his heart. Even when lying paralyzed on the sickbed. At the end of the day, Sailor read information about Kurado, troublemaker across various academies and the martial arts street around the city, known as the sword-wielding destroyer. Ai said that day when Kuro arrived at her father's martial arts school, he made him fight very hard. The aunt is very sorry for not being present. When he bullied her and his students and determined to let him know courtesy. Finally, Kurado completely defeated her father. Makes him collapse in her embrace. Ayase is very regretful because I did not stand up to fight back against Kurado that day. The martial arts school and the family's land were seized. She feels guilty towards her father. Because I couldn't help him when he needed her the most. The sword of Kurado does not have any nobility. Pride is only filled with violence. They went to your family's old house before Kia. The time now belongs to Kuro. Step inside. They encountered members of the gang. Playing cards. Ikki came to ask about Kuro's whereabouts. Karu mocks Ikki once again. You step up wanting to challenge him. On behalf of the Suzy family. To reclaim the property that has been seized. Kurdo mocks you that you are just a turtle hiding its head when at the restaurant. But this time Ikki is determined not to avoid it. You remind Kurado that they are not allowed to use weapons from outside. School scope except in the dojo with the consent of the dojo owner. If Kurado agrees, they can have a real fight. Kurado smiled and agreed. However, I must prove that I am qualified to fight him. Ikki said I have taken care of his gang outside the door. Have you qualified yet? In response, Karu summoned the sword. Orochimaru can transform into many different forms. The match has started. Kurado turned towards Ikki, but he was able to defend himself. Kurado continues to launch a strong attack, but Ikki just dodges and defends before attacking but could not hit him. I'm a little worried. Afraid of the ability of Kurado and wondered if he could perceive his intentions. No, the sword of Kurado then transformed into a shape. Like a snake. Attacked him fiercely while mocking Ikki. Despite your abilities, the speed and reflexes of the sword seems to make it invincible. It is almost impossible to prevent attacks. Even after using perfect vision, it still recognizes the advantage of Kurado lies in his speed and reflexes. The thing that made him defeat Father Ayase earlier, Kurado praised Ikki. Because you are the first person to see through his advantage. Counterattack Kurado and then rush into the opponent with 2 quick attacks at the same time but was dodged by your special defense. He increased the number to 4 overwhelming blows. Causing you to lose balance but block the blow with a special Izachi posture. Seems to feel the battle is just like what happened with her father previously. Isaac wanted to intervene. But Stella stopped it in time because if not you will not be able to get back what has been lost. Of my family. Stella added that Ikki is enjoying the battle. And try to find a way to defeat Kurado and assert that her father's defeat was not due to his weakness. But because Kurado is a formidable opponent. Selfish observation. Enjoying the battle. She received that surely not. Also feels similar joy in his final battle. I X each were shot because you had to say sorry even though you enjoyed it very much. The eyes are filled with regret now that she understands her father's words. And she began to cry. Realizing that I am not a real female swordsman. And she cannot fully understand the soul and spirit of the warrior. Sella discovers Ra's weakness when continuously attacking Ikki, and due to the close range counterattack tactic it drains your physical strength. Meanwhile, Karu praised Iki for his skills. Iki replied that he hates losing. And this battle is very interesting to end. Iki had promised that you will take revenge for the misfortune of your father. An attack Kurado surprised him because you use Kaido's swordsmanship to successfully use the final technical paper 10 Uvoma. Dad Isaac tried to use it in the final battle. But did not succeed. Iraq was very surprised when Iki learned this technique. And Sella revealed that you have experienced similar techniques from Hei in the friendly match. Impressed by Iki's performance, Kurado asked your name. And promised to continue the fight at the 7th Galaxy Conference before leaving and tell him to do whatever he wants with this place. After the battle, sorry because I do not fully understand the true meaning of swordsmanship. Iki ensures that it is not her fault. You can win today is all thanks to having learned the secret skills. By observing her movements and believe that she is the most deserving heir of her father. Akashi expressed gratitude towards you. And excitement will become stronger and more confident. To be worthy of inheriting my father's legacy. They worked together to rebuild her father's martial arts school. Then Stella Cho said it seems that Isaac has admitted to cheating with the judges. And was eliminated from the competition. Both you and Isaac are suspended for 10 days. However, they appreciate the benefits because they dare to take responsibility. Then Stella received a message from Iase. Her father has woken up. Glad to hear the good news. They decided to celebrate together, but the happy moment was interrupted by two eavesdroppers. It is Shizuka and Alice. Behind the bench. Stella jumped down very quickly. Saying that they are wrestling thumb but did not do anything dark all the way. Sailor and Shizuku then bickered as usual. Only Alice and Oki always suffer as the ones in the middle. Listening to the continuous battles next, Iki maintains 12 winning stress. The impressive performances of you makes you gain a large number of loyal fans. They use eloquent words like a master, the chosen one, to praise you. Convinced by your and Stella's talent, the principal recognizes two people as stars. There is potential in the academy. And send them to the training camp in Okitama to receive formal training. Excited about a new journey, Stella enjoys the atmosphere and scenery. Do not forget to praise the principal's arrangements. How often do you get a week off without homework? They pass through picturesque locations. Making Alice exclaim with excitement. At the same time, Shizuku and Olive are at GA subway station. She sighed 7 times. Because I can't stop my brother from traveling with Stella. Now Alice also has other arrangements and cannot go together. You see her off to the train. Encourage her to be strong before the train leaves. At the training camp, Stella can finally reveal her demanding nature. Iki intimate more. I want to move forward and kiss you to express my feelings. I am terrified. Pointing to the end of the road when discovering a group of student council members. After writing the text seems to be Chinese, not Chinese simplified. It translates to at or in English. If you have any specific Chinese text you need translated, please provide it so that tomorrow dramatic added match intervention. They compete evenly without letting the ball drop, causing viewers to wonder this meaningless game will continue until when. 11 asked Kartana why they appeared here in Esaathan. She replied that they had to work for the student council and asked back, do you resemble them? 11 died in silence. They realized that the principal had given them a fire fruit. Sella was mopping the floor. For Kartana, let me know the training will take place here a month later. And they must clean everything up first. At that time, Sella was disillusioned, realizing that the work of the student council more boring than she thought. Many AS are working hard to clean up tirelessly. Make Stella look at them with different eyes. Acknowledge their new responsibilities. The silver-haired kid revealed that the two of them came here. Because you asked the principal to send someone to help. Their student council president Tuka has really wanted to meet Ishii once. Kartana said, Tuka, there is something that needs to be dealt with. So I will be a little late. And will definitely join everyone. Iki and Sella want to go sightseeing. A little beautiful scenery around. So they informed the other members. Tomaru mocks two people because clearly wanting to find dating space. They finally, I wish the doves a pleasant trip. Lovers go mountain climbing. But because the slope is too steep, making Stella quickly feel tired. Iki inquired about her. He is worried that she is hungry because the day before, I only ate 2 bowls of ramen. Instead of 7 bowls as usual. Stella argued that she was fine and continued to climb the mountain. Shizuka has returned home and to her room. Flirting, greet the owner by rubbing your head against their feet. I miss my brother Shizuka. I can only look back at your childhood photos. Makes the heart warm up. The next day, she was called to the living room. I guess it's because her father wants to talk to her. The conversation quickly became tense. Shizuka clearly expressed dissatisfaction with the way they treat selfishness. Return to the couple. The condition of Sella is improving each time NDT1 increases. Extremely tired. Ishii is always by her side to take care of her. And suggested returning to the training camp when she was better a little bit, but Sella suddenly felt scared when remembering the symptoms. Dizziness and nausea are exactly like being pregnant. Is it because they kissed each other that the product was released? Iki laughed and denied that. I feel like I can't understand my silly girlfriend. She is just pretending to be innocent. I guess she's just catching a cold. But Stella was not sure because she had never had a cold before. Did not expect having a cold makes the body not behave as one wishes. But just when Iki wanted to carry her, the rain started to fall. He could only take her to a mountain lodge. Take care of her. I guessed it right. Stella has a high fever. Iki shares about the relationship between two people. That you are very proud, want to make her public to all friends and my family. The conversation was interrupted. By the sound of the phone ringing. The student council is very worried for the two people because of the bad weather. They explained that they were in a small house on the mountain. Wait for the rain to stop. They just didn't expect there are people monitoring their every move. And notify that AI via phone. At Shizuka's house. You and Dad continue the tense conversation. Finally, Shizuka decided to leave. She went home. The house was originally just because of a message from my mother. T-girl, it unexpectedly revealed that the person who wrote those letters was him. Because you know the girl won't reply to the message if I knew the sender was my father. Shizuko asked directly about the father's DAC. But he insists that he is only concerned about the situation, her health, the daughter that you are proud of because they have won all 12 qualifying matches. Secure the representative ticket to participate in the 7th Congress. However, Shizuku is angry. Criticize him and reveal that Ishii is also performing very well December consecutive matches, but he doesn't care at all. Returning to the top of the mountain, the loud noise caught Ishii's attention. You opened the door to go outside and check. Then discovered a giant stone creature attacking their residence. You hurriedly turned back to protect Sailor. Take her to a safe place before turning back to face the monster. Ikki summons the sword. Lao came to attack the monster. But it immediately shattered into pieces, then combined them into smaller monsters in the surprise of Ikki. The situation has become unfavorable for you. The monsters attack Ikki. Then slowly move towards Stella. May they arrive on time, appear to rescue Stella and take her to where the others are. The remaining members are also present together against the monster. It boldly guesses. Monsters, it must certainly be controlled by someone. Utakata also agrees and add that this person specializes in using wire. To control the puppets remotely. Suddenly, the president of the student council Tukatudo appeared. Explain that no matter how long the wire is, they are all connected by the same source of power. Just follow the path. It is discovered right away. Toka uses a thunder attack. Smash all stone monsters, surprised Ikki and Sella before her astonishing strength. Her attack is following the wire. Find the person controlling the monsters injured him before he could escape. I admire her ability. Even so, she is still one of the top for last year's competition final. Also the most capable student of the academy until now. Just at that moment, Shizuku received an email notification from the academy. Her opponent in the next battle, it is Puka. Shizuku couldn't hide her excitement and anticipation. In this confrontation. You have a trip back to the past. Reminiscing about my childhood. Standing in front of power, adults choose to bow their heads and concede. But her brother does not. This is what makes her want to become strong. At that time, Shizuka, unaware of the harshness of the clan and the loneliness that the brother is enduring day by day. The family does not value the elder brother, even want to erase his existence, makes Shizuka determined to obtain power at all costs. Following in the footsteps of my brother, prove your true strength. By winning the upcoming match. At the end of that day when we had dinner together, Sella and Alice are discussing Puka's abilities. After reading the article about her. Alice asked Ikki about Puka. But you also don't know because you don't often interact. You have only seen her use one move. Defeat the monsters in battle. Just like that has proven Toka is at a different level. Sella inadvertently worries for Shizuka. Alice revealed that she is practicing with her classmates. Has the ability to use thunder to prepare for the battle. Shizuko possesses the ability to control power at a high level. Allow her to create pure non-conductive water. Electricity, the disadvantage of water towards lightning in nature. However, Oki, still very worried about my sister and doesn't want her to strain herself too much. Shizuka then expressed her love for Ikki. And hoped to become strong to help him. She swears to prove her strength. And win the upcoming match to prove oneself. The battle between Shizuku and Puka takes place. They face each other on stage. The broadcaster commented on Puka. Currently trending that she is so fast that no AI can avoid it. Her lightning fast attack will take down the opponent. In the blink of an eye. Shizuka summoned her sword in front of Shuka, then also take Ra's treasure. Back to childhood. Shizuka loves her brother very much. And definitely win. Over a period of time. Two sisters don't bother to move. But just stared at the opponent, confusing the audience. The commentator Saikyo explained to the audience the contestants are exploring. See how the opponent will move because both deserve to become champions of the 7th tournament. A little carelessness in love will lead to losing. Shizuku does not want to be an attacker. Public announcement because Shuka possesses the most powerful melee weapon. The technique of Shuka is top-notch. And strong enough. The technique is named Electronic Chief Daikiri. Every match ends with a Daikiri. And bring victory back to Shuka. Almost 0-1 AI can survive. Under her close-range attack. Shizuka create a shield made of ice towards the senior. But Shuka quickly dodged and counterattacked from a distance. Shizuka anticipated this. You summon the giant water curtain, continuously shooting water bullets at Shuka. Shuka uses a sword to disable the bullet screen and counterattacks. Her divine attack speed cannot be seen with the naked eye. To maintain the technique, Shizuku must continuously create pure water. Making her unable to keep up with Shuka's attack. In the long run, Shizuku will be at a disadvantage in terms of speed. Suddenly, Shizuku used a band to lock Shuka in one place. And launch a wide area attack. However, Shuka successfully broke the ice. Exciting the audience because of the high-level battle. Shuka wondered how Shizuka can counterattack and trap her in ice because Shizuka cannot suddenly saw me ability to control my magic is. Shuka jumped next to Shizuka and threw Ra a series of attacks aimed at her, almost impossible for her to avoid. Shuka repeated once more and this time hit Shizuka, causing her serious injury, but Shizuka suddenly turned into a burst of water. Even if it only hits her water clone. Everyone discovered that Shizuka was also injured. Dropal tunable to see through Shuka's movements, this seedling transfer is likely to encounter something severe. The battle has completely tilted in favor of Shuka. Because Shizuku only has defensive capabilities. She reveals that the technique of Shuka is called Nokiachi, the combination of ancient martial arts breathing techniques and movement. You have witnessed this technique when Haikyuu rushed into your arms. With it then the raindrop is closely monitoring Tuka's movements in SAO. But her mind still categorized them it is unnecessary information and refused to accept them. Haikyuu suddenly appeared in front of you. I praise you for the flawless analysis. Tell you that she has just applied this technique herself. The principal also appeared here. And asked how you could discover this technique. He said he was very surprised because a student can use this technique like teacher Haikyuu. The principal calmly said it was because of the same teacher that Ra was expelled. That teacher is the war god Naruto Torajiro. Haikyuu is causing a commotion because the principal dared to reveal his secret. The text translates as Panic explains even though no AI can hear it. The principal after expelling the little friend. So tell Ikki to get ready because your sister cannot win against Tuka's ultimate technique where Ikki agrees that Shizuku needs a breakthrough. To counter Zuka's close combat regain the advantage of distance. The concept that a girl will have a winning chance. If finding Ra can have such a strategy otherwise, you're definitely going to lose. Shizuku expressed a strong determination to win. Because I can't be alone. Stella accompanying my brother in the 7th Spirit Conference. Shizuku transcends the limits of herself. Fierce attack with water slashes. Puka counterattacks and retaliates. Two sisters playfully tussle for a while, trying to hurt each other. In the midst of tension Shizuku creates a magical ice wall. To move freely and attack Puka. She creates many water clones, attack Puka from within the fog. The fog prevents Puka from moving freely. Shizuka then used a deep red water sword to slash Puka. Unfortunately, Puka counterattacked just in time with a daiquiri. Completely defeated Zuku. Shizuku loses the battle even though made efforts to shoot the net and was immediately hospitalized. When waking up in the hospital, you see 3 people are very worried about you. Still not over the shock of losing, Shizuku asks everyone to leave her alone in peace. Ikki and Sala left the room. But Alice still stayed by her side. Alice comforted her that she has become much stronger. He hugged her tightly and praised her for performing very well. You have always been following her from start to finish. And you don't have to be too hard on yourself. Shizuku finally hugged you. And pour out all of Ra's feelings with tears. The following days, Sela has increased his total number of wins to 14 matches. After each battle she and Ikki walked leisurely in the forest. And discussed their progress in the matches recently very lively. Sela talks about her newly discovered power of Ra and the endurance has been increased through each training session. Humorous to think that he has been too harsh on her. They recalled the promise they go to the final match and become rivals at the 7th star tournament. And together agree that defeat all other opponents it is the only way to achieve this goal. In that situation, Cow Corporation in the LAN is transmitting information about only 4 matches left. Select a representative of the school to participate in the Congress. Principal at this moment, I am extremely worried about a shady character. Link with the International Mage Knight Alliance. The name is haikyuu. In a meeting with Ikki, the principal asked you if you know information about haikyuu. And express concern about secret activities his potential around the school. Iggy confirms knowing this man. Through a few meetings during the time I was still living at my parents' house. You tell me haikyuu is currently working under the authority of his father. The principal raised suspicion. Whether Oki is secretly investigating the case. You express the reason it is due to that man's personal hostility. There is no other intention for you. Sela and Oki were requested to visit the student council. Just arrived, they were warmly welcomed by the president of the student council. The reason for the meeting is not clear. I only see Puka running around like a nanny. No more reminders. Yukataka puts the book back on the shelf to the double weight of Tomaru. Sela exclaims the image of Puka in her heart has collapsed and confused. The principal at SAO called 2 people here. The transition has revealed that question. When Puka took them to the social welfare group. Puka is very loved here. Utakata also share their past and Puka grew up here. When I have free time, I will come back to visit. The group of children then received that Rastella had appeared on TV. Immediately approach her. SEO is very pleased to join them. They play happily while Ikki, Shuka and Utakata are preparing food. I was touched by Puka's warmth. He thanks her for saving him at the training camp. And the match with your sister too. Puka clarifies for you about her abilities. Use lightning to sense human actions. Through the electric current running in the human brain. This ability is called backward vision. Allow her to detect traps and counterattack. Unexpectedly, Puka received the cooking part. And urged the 2 people to take a rest while others play with the children. I can't help but wonder why can't I take my eyes off Sister Puka. Utakata explains it because you saw her core. Seeing the source of her strength. The commitment to help children escape from ironic adversity. Utakata recalls their childhood and thanks to the support of Puka has made you and the kids change positively. He emphasized her mission is to erase. It brings help to those in need. Ikki and Sailor returned to school on a bus. When they arrived, they met Alice, Shizuku and Kagami. They gave 2 people a newspaper. There is a photo of their kiss. This news has attracted intense attention. Due to Stella's popularity. And the article has painted a negative outlook assuming that the actions of the 2 people are wrong. And may provoke the Knights Alliance's anger. Stella burns the paper. Then suddenly an actor appeared with a fancy paper. He revealed that the incident has led to a hearing. By the Ethics Council of the Alliance. He requested Aiki to be present at the hearing, despite Stella's efforts to protect Ikki. Reluctantly agree. The hearing became a platform. Where Akja asks a question with Abe cause of his relationship with Stella. Is accusing him of inappropriate behavior. Ikki is steadfast in protecting his ideals and his love, not admitting to causing any wrongful behavior. Akaza imposes standards and restrictions. Give the order to you can only speak when permitted by the meeting. To avoid creating a negative impression. At this moment, the principal confides in Haikyuu. You know very well that Akaya's intention is to use despicable means. Causes Ikki to lose all credibility. He was detained in a cell overnight. And was informed to be present at 06. The is not bright during the hearing the next day. Meanwhile, Stella continues to win the match. But the stands are filled with noise rumors about the relationship between the two people and the negative impacts that 11 has to bear. She plans to break up. So that you no longer have to suffer any more losses. The next day Iggy has to fight his next opponent. But not on the battlefield, but in the prison. This time the opponent is Ori. They are prohibited from communicating. Makes the already complicated situation even more tense. At school, friends are missing Ikki very much and discussing about him. Kagami shares a new article about Ikki information. Triumphant victory, not at all regretful. Alice believes that the information has gone through the ethics committee. Want to create a bad impression to raise a wave of boycott towards about Ikki seeking advice from friends to consider will breaking up help Icy escape this situation. Shizuko immediately got angry. Hit the wall and criticize her weakness. Give up while Ikki is fighting for her and him every day. And warn her not to forget their appointment. Time still passes and IQ has won 16 consecutive matches. After the battle, the homeroom teacher suggested providing medical support when the student was exhausted. Take the opportunity to stuff it into you. A piece of paper. It turns out to be a fragrant lock of hair from a lover. Salah is also not free. Complete your matches to fulfill your promise. See you at the final battle. Take a bold step forward when requesting Akja to meet their father. Throughout the conversation, he acknowledged Ikki's victory in the qualifiers. But everything is too ordinary. This phrase directly crushes your initial confidence. Makes you doubt, are we seeking recognition in the wrong place? The final match of the qualifiers against Chuka has arrived. The Ethics Council issued a threat. Will revoke the status of the demon path. Your swordsman will be yours if you lose the battle, and will not make it difficult for you if you win the competition. Iggy reluctantly agree set the stage for a fierce and important battle. In the network between inner struggle and external pressure, those involved see themselves as if walking on thin ice. Step by step, carefully, because a misstep will fall into the black sea of power, criticizing the sin of inferiority complex. Their only guide. It is the strong character and the spirit of chivalry. Brighto pursue dreams and face challenges. The next day, Iggy reflected on what his father had said. And actions Chuka's concern for the poor children as well as the way she instills courage in their hearts. You look down at the useless empty sword and wonder what I should do now. Shuka was on the phone with her mother when Shizuka arrived. They welcome her. And Shuka apologizes for inviting you so suddenly. Shuka asked Shizuku. Do you know who your next opponent is? Shizuka already knew. And expressed concern regarding the suspicious plots of the International Knights Alliance. However, they have no choice but to accept the situation. However, Shizuko heard that the current situation is very bad. But no matter what, you will participate in the match and use my strength. Defeated Shuka. Shuka also expressed, I cannot be careless when fighting against you. With one's respect. She will fight with all her heart and soul. Shuka hinted to her that she should advise Ikki to give up. Shizuko then talked to Alice. And worry, should I advise my brother to stop participating in the battle? Alice said that only she can find the answer to this issue by herself. Because you are the only one in the family, but she has been open. You definitely understand his determination. How powerful it is. From her experience in the previous battle with Shizuka, wondering will she be able to do it when participating in the national competition after the battle is there or not. It is very likely that she will win because he gave up. She might also lose. But Yutakata reminds her that the result of the battle it may have been arranged by those people. Adults in the Ethics Council to satisfy their selfish desires. You need to fight in the way that you always believed. And be proud of oneself. Sella still practices day and night. Prepare for your battle. Today, 6 matches will take place at 6 different venues. 6. The winner will win a ticket to participate in the 7th festival. Aiki confronts Suko while Skella meets Mizukio Hinata. The audience is eagerly waiting. Ikki's match, and Puka is being broadcast live on television. Principal and Saikyo discussing the upcoming battle of Shi. And Hoakaza can manipulate to make Chuka a rival of 11. To leave you with no other choice besides winning against her. At that moment, the legendary war god Nongo appeared. It makes Saikyo uncomfortable and surprised. They argue back and forth as if they were very familiar with each other. The principal welcomes Mr. and guesses that he must be coming to watch Puka's battle. Reject and argue that although Puka is his beloved student. But today he came to see Ishi's performance. Suddenly Akaza interrupted the conversation and it implies that the match may be cancelled because she has not appeared yet, and if you don't arrive within 15 minutes will be declared the loser. The principal asks a question, why hasn't she appeared yet, while clearly she was put into their car. Akja just shrugged his shoulders, treat it as an incident and that little brother has left on his own. You are no longer a child, so it will be fine. Unless he has collapsed dead on the road. Akja smiled, revealing a sinister look. During exhaustion and tiredness, Ikki thinking of the words my grandfather once said and fight hard to get to school. In his heart, doubt arises. Am I being too irresponsible? When choosing to live according to the principle never give up of grandfather, there is no other way, must continuously exceed one's own abilities. He wonders about a hopeless person. But how do I defeat Daikiri? With a dull, fragile sword. At that moment, Shizuka found him and caught him. You hold my hand. And tell him that she doesn't want you to fight with Shuka. But she will not stop him and only hope to see you happy and always smile. Everyone, including the students he trained, members of the student council, the girl reporter Yui, encourages and cheers for him. Shizuku reminds him that he has always encouraged everyone. And they all hope you return. You are not alone. Finally, he saw Sailor smiling. Radiant with the medal the horse she received in her hand from the final battle, proving that there has been an opportunity to participate in 7 congresses. As they promised earlier. With new determination, Oki decided to participate in the battle and went to the arena. Tuka and Oki entered the arena. The crowd that has been waiting for a long time is enthusiastically cheering. Shuka started by saying sorry. And admit that she cannot not feeling excited about their battle since the first time she saw him. Aiki also has the same feeling. And promised not to show weakness and make everyone who supports him satisfied. On promises to do his best to defeat her. With its strongest capabilities. They summon their weapons and the final battle has begun. Aiki began the opening attack and call for her own skills. Ito Sura surprised everyone from the very beginning. Salah still maintains a calm demeanor. Because she believes that he has decided to fight straightforwardly. But without using any tricks to win. Tuka received Ra that. If she succeeds now avoid his attacks, then she will definitely win the match. Selfishness is inferior in the aspect of strength compared to Tuka. But he will push give your all at critical moments to deliver a perfect finishing blow. Shuka is preparing for a counter-attack. With her final lightning-fast attack, but Iggy used sword number 7. Reiko attacked her before she could counter-attack. Shuka fell down and you became the winner. Amazing everyone. Actor wondered if Shuka deliberately lost. But Nago has cleared the charges for his student. Iggy wins. Because you pushed your limits at the last momento defeat her. Saikyo suggests naming this technique Ito Rasasu because it is very suitable for the owner Aiki. I like things that are more overwhelming. Like a demon or some kind of monster. Akaza shouted that it couldn't be like that. And intends to do something to undermine Ikki's success. The principal warned that it was too late for Hon. Because you have proven yourself and no AI can deny his victory once again. When you try to struggle to not fall, Akaza intends to attack you. But Stella timely protected him and handled it well. You shouldn't treat your boyfriend like that. The aunt came to his side and the two looked at each other passionately. Iggy looked at her as emotion surged and proposed to her. He hopes she will become part of his family. Stella agrees that her husband is happy. Makes everyone around support and encourage the couple. Shizuka finally, they accepted the reality of their relationship. At that moment Cha Oki received a call from the Emperor. He said that he discovered Ra Oki proposing to Stella. Sorry for the trouble. But was immediately rejected by the Emperor. He believes that the happiness of the children should be decided by the husband. And stay away from the dark schemes of adults. After that the winners of the qualifying round to go to the 7th Galaxy Conference was announced Aiki Katana, Alice Ella and 2 other girls. They will represent the school at the 7th conference. Ikki was then chosen as the leader of the representative team. Under the recognition of everyone. Puka expressed her opinion and pride acknowledging the growth of Ikki. Puka cheers for him. Please carry the hopes of those who have lost. And reach the peak of the tournament and proudly wave the flag of our school. Ikki expressed determination that he will succeed. Then you confided in Stella that you kept thinking you weren't. Don't care about what others think, but when truly recognized by others and bear the responsibility, I have given you a very special feeling. Especially the recognition from the person you love. The 6.0 ends here. If you find it interesting, please remember to like and subscribe to support the channel. I have the motivation to make more 6, so let's do even better. Thank you very much.